Addiction. The very word feels like poison, right? We've been taught since childhood that addiction destroys lives. We hear stories of drug addicts, alcoholics, gamblers, people who ruin their health, their families, their future. All because they couldn't control their addiction. But let me tell you the dangerous truth. Addiction itself is not the enemy. What you're addicted to, that's the real question. Think about it. An addict doesn't need motivation. They don't need a reminder. They don't need a coach to tell them, go get your fix. Their body, their mind, their soul, every single fiber of their being is screaming for it. That's the power of addiction. It's raw. It's unstoppable. Now, imagine if you could weaponize that power. What if you flipped the script? Instead of being addicted to drugs, scrolling, partying, or people's validation, what if you became addicted to your dream? What if success became your drug? What if your achievements became your obsession? The world calls it unhealthy. They'll say, balance your life, slow down, don't overdo it. But those same people, they are addicted to mediocrity, addicted to comfort, addicted to being average. You need to decide, do you want to die a comfortable nobody? Or do you want to live like a maniac, obsessed with building something so big that even death respects you? Because here's the brutal truth. If you're not addicted to your goals, you'll never touch them. Half-hearted effort has never built empires. Casual attempts don't create legends. Only addicts do. Here's how you know you're addicted. You don't chase your dream when it's convenient. You chase it because you can't live without it. Think about the addict who wakes up trembling until they get their fix. They don't care if it's raining, if they're broke, if they have to beg, borrow, or crawl on broken glass, they will find a way. That's what obsession looks like. Now imagine channeling that obsession into your vision. Imagine needing your goal the way you need oxygen. When you're addicted, work doesn't feel like work. Sacrifice doesn't feel like pain. You don't say, I'll try. You say, I'll bleed if I have to. That's the kind of energy that rewrites history. The addict doesn't care about sleep. The addict doesn't care about opinions. The addict doesn't care about comfort. They care about one thing only, their next hit. For you, that hit is progress. One more step forward. One more brick laid. One more milestone achieved. You don't want success. You need it. And until you need it like oxygen, you'll stay stuck gasping in mediocrity while the obsessed ones leave you behind. Let's talk about the most dangerous addiction in the world. Comfort. You don't realize it, but billions of people are overdosing on comfort every single day. Comfort is the soft bed that whispers, sleep a little longer. Comfort is the Netflix binge that eats your nights. Comfort is the junk food, the gossip, the scrolling. It feels good in the moment, but rots you from the inside. Comfort kills dreams silently. You won't even notice it until 10 years have passed and you look in the mirror, realizing you wasted your life chasing nothing. But here's the truth: if you want to be addicted to your goal, you have to first break your addiction to comfort. You need to make laziness feel disgusting. You need to make excuses feel like poison. When you get addicted to winning, comfort becomes your enemy. While others are sleeping, you're grinding. While others are gossiping, you're planning. While others are wasting, you're building. Listen carefully. Comfort will kill you if you don't kill it first. Addiction to goals means addiction to pain. And if you can't stomach that truth, stop right now and settle for being average. Because progress hurts, growth burns. Obsession cuts you open and demands blood. But here's the paradox. Once you become addicted to success, you also become addicted to pain. Because pain equals proof you're still fighting. Pain equals proof you're still alive. Most people run from pain. They hide, they cry, they avoid discomfort at all costs. But the addicted, they chase it, they embrace it. Every rejection, every failure, every setback, every insult, these are the drugs that fuel an addict of success. You fall down, but instead of quitting, you whisper to yourself, good, this means I'm still in the game. Pain stops being the enemy. It becomes the sign that you're moving forward. Let me get toxic with you. Nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody cares about your feelings. Nobody cares about your one day I'll try. The world doesn't pay for your effort. It pays for your results. And here's the brutal choice. If you're not addicted to your dreams, you'll be addicted to distractions. If you're not addicted to winning, you'll be addicted to losing. If you're not addicted to building, you'll be addicted to destroying yourself slowly. There's no middle ground. You either suffer now for the life you want, or you suffer forever in the life you hate. So which poison will you choose? An addict doesn't need permission. An addict doesn't care if people call them insane, toxic, obsessed. They laugh at that. When success is your addiction, you don't ask, what if I fail? You ask, what if I stop? Because stopping isn't an option. Addicts think differently. They don't dream, they crave. They don't hope, they hunt. They don't wait, they bleed. That's why people will hate you. They'll mock you. They'll say, you're too focused, you're too obsessed, you need balance. Ignore them. Normal people hate addicts because addicts expose their weakness.
Be addicted, be toxic, be obsessed, because the world belongs to people insane enough to never let go. Part 7. Dying with the addiction. Here's the ultimate level of addiction. You don't just live for your goals. You die for them. Picture your last day. Your body is weak. Your breath is shallow. Your hands are trembling. But even in that moment, your mind screams, did I fight enough? Did I bleed enough? Did I chase enough? That's the death of a legend. Someone who never let go. Someone who died still addicted. Because an addict never recovers. They never quit. They never stop craving. That's how your relationship with your dream should be. Till your last breath. Look back at history. Who changed the world? The comfortable, the balanced, the normal people. No, it was the addicts. Addicts to greatness. Addicts to innovation. Addicts to change. Every empire, every revolution, every invention, every masterpiece was born from people who couldn't stop. Who didn't want balance, who were consumed by obsession. So what about you? Will history forget you as another comfortable nobody? Or will it remember you as an addict who refused to let go? Stop pretending. Stop waiting. Stop lying to yourself that you have time. The clock is ticking. Your dream is screaming. Your addiction is starving. Feed it, fuel it, live for it, die for it. Because here's the final toxic truth. If you're not addicted to your goals, you'll never taste them. And if you are, not pain, not failure, not fear, not even death will stop you. Be addicted, be toxic, be insane. Because the world doesn't need another balanced soul, it needs maniacs who refuse to quit. Average is already killing billions. But the addicted, they're the ones rewriting history. What if I told you, real addiction doesn't even die when you do? Think about it. The great Einstein, Steve Jobs, Muhammad Ali, Nikola Tesla, they're gone. But their addiction outlived them. Their obsession carved their names into eternity. That's the test of true addiction. When your body is buried, but your fire is still burning in the world you left behind. You think death ends your story. No, death only ends people who never lived addicted. For the obsessed, death is just a transition. Their name, their work, their dream, it keeps breathing when they stop. So, want immortality? Don't pray for it. Don't beg for it. Earn it. Get so addicted to your goals that even when your body rots, your dream still speaks for you. Let me be brutally clear if people don't call you insane. You're not addicted enough. Legends are born in madness. People laughed at Edison when he failed thousands of times. They mocked Elon Musk when rockets exploded. They called every obsessed soul crazy until the results silenced them. That's the curse of being addicted. You'll be isolated. You'll be misunderstood. You'll be hated. But you'll also be remembered. Comfortable people live surrounded by fake love and fake respect. But addicts, they walk alone, until the world has no choice but to bow down to what they built. So, if you're hearing laughter, if you're feeling hated, if people are whispering behind your back good, that's not a sign to stop. That's the clearest sign you're on the right track. Listen closely. There is no someday. There is no next year. There's no when I feel ready. That's the lie average people tell themselves while life quietly slips away. The addict doesn't wait. The addict doesn't schedule obsession for tomorrow. The addict burns today, right now. Because here's the final warning. If you don't get addicted to your dream today, you will get addicted to regret tomorrow. And regret is the most poisonous drug of all. It eats your soul slowly. And no success in the world can cure it once it sets in. So you have two choices. Become addicted to your dream, or become addicted to your regret. And when your last breath comes, only one of those addictions will let you die in peace. Here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. You will never be truly addicted to your dream if you keep backup plans. Addiction doesn't leave space for safety nets. Think about it. An addict never says, if this doesn't work, I'll try something else. No, they're all in. They've burnt every bridge back to comfort. If you want success, burn your bridges. Quit saying, if this fails, I'll just settle. Stop giving yourself an escape. Because obsession doesn't exist where options exist. The moment you keep a plan B, you're admitting you don't believe in plan A. So cut it off. Kill the plan B, burn the escape route. Let your addiction trap you in one direction forward. Because when going back is impossible, the only option left is to fight like hell. Let me be raw with you. If you truly get addicted to your dream, you will lose people. Friends will say you've changed. Family will complain that you're distant. Lovers will cry that you're obsessed. And they'll all be right. Because you have changed. You are distant. You are obsessed. But let me ask you this. Would you rather lose people who don't understand your dream? Or lose your dream to keep people who don't understand you? Addiction is lonely. Obsession is isolating. But greatness is built in that loneliness.
Here's the part nobody will admit. Real addiction will consume everything. It will eat your free time. It will eat your comfort. It will eat your relationships. It will eat your peace of mind. But that's the cost. And you need to stop pretending you can have it all. Balance is for the average. Balance is for those who just want to get by. But if you want to break through, if you want to leave your fingerprints on this world, balance will destroy you. So yes, let your obsession eat your life. Because when it's done eating, it will feed you something no balanced life could ever give you: immortality. The final battle you face in life will not be against failure, or against pain, or even against death. The final battle will be against regret. Picture yourself old, weak, lying in a hospital bed, not with dreams achieved, but with dreams buried. And as your body shuts down, your soul whispers the most toxic words a human can ever hear. What if I had tried harder? That's regret, and it's worse than death. Because death takes your body, but regret keeps your soul in chains even as you leave this world. Now compare that with addiction. Addiction leaves you exhausted, broken, bleeding, but fulfilled. Because even if you die trying, you died chasing. That's the difference. You either die with regret, or you die with addiction. And one of them lets you rest in peace. So what will you choose? Balance or obsession? Comfort or pain? Regret or addiction? Because at the end of the day, average people overdose on regret. But the obsessed, the addicted, they overdose on greatness. Addiction isn't free. Don't fool yourself. If you truly get addicted to your dream, you will pay for it with your blood, with your time, with your sanity. You'll lose nights of sleep. You'll lose fake friends. You'll lose comfort, parties, lazy weekends, cheap entertainment. And at times, you'll lose yourself. You'll look in the mirror and barely recognize the maniac staring back. But listen to me, it's worth it. Because everything you lose to addiction is nothing compared to what you gain. Comfort fades. Netflix fades. Cheap laughs fade. But what you build with obsession legacy, power, immortality that never fades. So yes, addiction costs everything, but regret costs more. When you're addicted to your dream, pain stops being something you run from. Pain becomes your drug. Think about it. Addicts crave pain when it comes with their fix. They'll burn, bleed, break bones because the high makes it worth it. That's how you need to look at your grind. Every failure, every insult, every sleepless night, it hurts, but it also feeds you. It's proof that you're alive, proof that you're moving, proof that you're closer. Normal people want pleasure without pain. Winners, they turn pain into power. They get high on struggle, high on scars, high on sacrifice. And once you taste that kind of power, comfort feels like poison. Here's something nobody says: your obsession will leave scars on you. Permanent ones. Scars from nights you cried silently. Scars from betrayals of people you trusted. Scars from failures that almost broke you. Scars from battles nobody else even knew you fought. But here's the twist. Those scars aren't ugly. They're proof. Proof that you lived addicted. Proof that you bled for something real. When average people show their happy selfies and fake smiles, you'll show your scars and the world will bow. Because scars don't lie. Scars mean you fought. Scars mean you didn't quit. Scars mean you lived for something worth dying for. Fear is the drug of the weak. It paralyzes them. It makes them freeze. But addiction? Addiction eats fear alive. When you're truly obsessed, fear doesn't disappear, it just loses its power. Because your hunger is bigger than your fear, your obsession is louder than your doubts. Your craving for success is so toxic, so unstoppable, that fear gets drowned under it. The addict doesn't care if it's scary. They care only about the hit. For you, the hit is progress. So the next time you're afraid, don't back down. Lean in. Because fear is just a test to see if you're addicted enough. Let's be honest. Obsession is lonely. When you're addicted to success, you will walk alone most of the time. Your friends will move on. Your family won't understand. Your circle will shrink to almost nothing. But remember this, diamonds are never found in crowds. They're carved alone, in the dark, under pressure nobody else could survive. So yes, you'll feel lonely. You'll feel misunderstood. But loneliness is not a curse, it's a filter. It removes the weak, the fake, the ones who never believed in you anyway. The addicted stand alone, and that's why they stand taller than everyone else. Here's the paradox. People will say, you're trapped by your addiction. But the truth? Your addiction sets you free. Because when you're addicted to your dream, you're free from other people's opinions. You're free from the trap of comfort. You're free from regret. You're free from the cheap distractions that enslave the average. Yes, obsession looks like chains from the outside. But inside, it feels like wings. Because nothing is heavier than living a life without purpose. And nothing is lighter than being fully consumed by one. So understand this. Addiction will cost you everything. It will scar you. It will isolate you. It will terrify you. But it will also free you. And when death finally comes, you won't go down with regret poisoning your soul. You'll go down with fire still in your eyes. Because the addicted never really die.